how would you get that to universal? Because like, you know the difference. You know, like
Yeah, I know.
you know
I
the
know
bare
the
minimum
huge
like
difference.
KE like you would require for like
The
multi-galaxy level.
difference between it,
Would,
the difference between it is that Goku's feat of multi-galaxy
let me
was
quickly search up. Yeah.
established.
Where's
Huh?
it gone?
What?
I just need to quickly like get up the you know the whole attack potency thing. So like it gives you like the actual like numerical like values of how much energy you require to be a single tier.
It's 1.04 times 10 to the 23.
Yeah, but like you know what they always give you like the baseline and then like you know what you require to get to the next tier. So like assume that he's using baseline multi-galaxy level. Like how much more would you require to reach universal?
Yeah. The thing that should be noted is that the feat by Goku that does that is powering up. Not necessarily powering up Kamehameha or anything like that. It's a literally charging into Super Saiyan 3 was able to do that. And also,
that's a massive difference. I don't think you could get him like universal using that.
I know. I'm about to do some extra shit to get you there. So, but also, do you now before this we should know that Kid Buu and Bruhan have a lot of contentions between who's stronger because the law points to Kid Buu, but the feats point to Bruhan. Do you think that Kid Buu and Bruhan are relative to each other?
Kid Buu and Bruhan?
Do
Well, it depends if you're using the manga or the anime.
No, so I'm using I'm using the canon of it.
Also, you use like a composite.
I'm relying on Kai and the manga. I'm not relying on the original anime. I'm relying on Kai. See, that's what.
Okay, yeah. Sure. So within that,
it should be, it should be. So we'd be able to say that if we're able to say that Bruhan was able to scream and make the universe slowly collapse on itself.
Yeah.
As Vegito thought at the Daizenshuu state that he was going to make the universe collapse on himself if he kept screaming and kept powering up and raging. We could make the argument that Kid Buu would be on the lower ends of multi-galaxy levels, even non-universal. Telling by if Bruhan was able to just by screaming and powering up, able to slowly make the universe collapse on itself, that should be ladder end multi-galaxy to non-universal.
It depends how he's doing it. Wasn't it like there's no Daizenshuu like state that he was throwing like different dimensions or something and making it collapse that way?
I'll get through that now.
My issue is I know it'd probably be like maybe 9 universal, but like I don't. How would you quantify like where it is and how would you stack using that?
The other thing we can assume is that Bruhan should scale to Vegito, and Vegito, its base alone should be massive, should be more powerful than Ultimate Gohan in itself.
Yeah, all right, that would make sense. He was doing a lot of damage against Super,
and then
or Bruhan, sorry.
Yeah, and in Bruhan, it's a fair statement to say that he should at least be on the ladder end of multi-galaxy level. If we're
but like how do you quantify that? Like where on the scale? Would that be?
I'm getting up now. What would it be? Gohan absorbed Buu?
Yeah, just Bruhan.
Well,
I call him Bruhan.
The attack was called Final Spears, if that helps.
Oh, you mean the attack? Yeah. You're talking about the Daizenshuu statement.
I'm just trying to get it.
I think it might actually be stated like universal.
Yeah, it is stated to be destroying the universe. That's what it does state. I just don't remember what it was. Fuck, sorry, then just statement this.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in
debate, I guess.
Hashtag fiction debate, yeah.
That's for your interpretation, I guess. Like it says,
let's read this
overwhelmed by Vegito, Buu went into a frenzy and generated, which caused distortion to appear in the space around him. It seems that this power was also what enabled Buu to escape from the room of spirit and time. This space would cover the living world and wipe out the universe.
Yeah, but like, what's the time frame for this? So that's a single universe we're talking about. Not like within a macrocosm, there's like different like universes, right? And then we have the
I know. There should be at least
a single universe.
More.
Okay.
But that should be in of itself.
No, but like, no, I agree that it's gonna destroy the universe, but like, it's gonna happen over a set period of time. But like, what's the time frame for it?
Oh fuck! I have to check outside space. Majin Buu outside space. Let me just check this quickly. It doesn't have a direct statement of how long it would take. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Like, I can't give you a set time. All I can say is that like
that's
the
my
only thing I
problem.
could
You can't
say
quantify
is,
it. Then.
yeah, you're right. How would you quantify it?
Well, I know how I would, but this is a fucking debate, so I can't really be.
Yeah, I know. Well, wouldn't this just come under the author's intent of saying he's going to wipe out the universe? The only time we see in the series for a clear cut with the guys.
Yeah, I could definitely get this to a baseline multi-galaxy level at the bare minimum. But
yeah.
That's the problem because you were trying to calc stack on top of that. So I don't know, that would be really difficult if it was baseline galaxy level.
Alright, so when we invert that with Vegito, we say that Vegito is baseline multi-galaxy level because judging off Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Gohan, at least galaxy level at the minimum, correct?
Well, yeah, we were talking about this earlier, but how would you prove that the galaxy level or multi-galaxy level?
Judging by the Goku feat of shaking the afterlife by turning to
Wait, wasn't that in a movie or something?
No, it was in when he powered up against Majin Buu.
Oh, I thought that was against Janemba. Am I incorrect, guys? Did he not do that in one of the movies against Janemba? He made the afterlife or afterworld shake. Then Gogeta illuminate the universe or something. Well, I mean, if he did do it in the actual Buu arc, you can post the actual scan of it. But I'm pretty sure it happened in the movie.
Yeah.
And the movies are a different timeline to the actual canon timeline.
I know they are.
Also, I'm pretty sure shaking the universe isn't actually that big of a feat.
Oh fuck, it is Janemba.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought my knowledge was
I feel super for that now. Sorry, I do feel super for that now. Yeah, I just remember doing the research before and I saw next to Goku versus Majin Buu.
Yeah, because I remember that. That's one of my favourite scenes, yeah.
Yeah, it's a separate timeline making it completely different. Alright, that's true. Alright, so we know that then we use the baseline of Buu being able to foderize galaxies within a couple hundred years, correct? We know that Majin Buu used to do that.
Why is it a couple hundred years? I know what you're going to say, but I just want to hear you scaling.
No, it was the Supreme Kai talking about Majin Buu.
Yeah, he's going to destroy the universe over time.
Saying that, no, in past tense.
What do you mean, he's done it?
Past tense. Before? Yeah, he had done it in the past.
Destroyed the entire universe?
Back when the elder... No, he destroyed galaxies. I said galaxies.
Oh, yeah. Alright, okay, yeah, I know what
you're talking about. Destroying galaxies over
and then we see, we see a galaxy, fall apart or something.
Yeah, which is in Kai.
Yeah, in Kai. Is that Kai? Yeah.
In fairness, the difference between solar systems and galaxies is quite huge.
Yeah.
So it's huge enough to conjugate that as a valuable feat for galaxies.
I mean, versus battle have that be multi-solar system level because it's happening over time.
Yeah, it is. So we know that Kid Buu. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just grabbing the cow for it.
It's really funny because I know a way that you could actually get them to Universal quite easily.
I know.
There's one way, not Universal. You can get them to multi galaxy level, like you said, but there's a really easy way to quantify why it's really high end multi galaxy level.
Alright, so when so we have the one. So we do have one Kid Buu galaxy buster feat. Kid Buu's power is a hotly contested. I'm reading the whole thing. Alright, so we know that it destroyed the Grand Kai planet and the heavens around it. The diameter. Oh fuck it! Wasn't probably reading the whole fucking feat. It's based on him destroying the Grand Kai planet.
Yeah.
Which would point to, I think it was galaxy level. I think that was what it was written down to.
So what, the beat is galaxy level? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, sure.
Let me. Multi-galaxy level. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, this is the beat. This is what I'm talking about. This is how you could possibly do it. But I want to see if you.
Yeah.
If you can quantify it.
I was still going through the fucking pin that's right next to the Kawaii Town level. I just had to find it. Yeah, it's actually alright. So to summarize, Kibu is actually multi-galaxy and Universal is a bit of a weird one, but yeah, multi-galaxy judging by this scale.
Oh, so you're using the low end, right?
Yeah, I'm using the low end for this.
So wait, how many joules is that? I'm shit with the numbers. Multi-galaxy. Let me quickly.
High end or low end? Would you rather use the high end for this or low end?
Well, I'd assume low end, unless you can prove why the high end is more valid.
Alright, so
well, here it says
more
like more accurate. Yeah, but why is that the case?
Yeah. I'm gonna read it now so I can really engage myself. Alright, so what's it say? The big issue that is nobody knew the size of the crystal pie. However, I believe I found sufficient way to find the estimate of this planet in heaven, which is sizable of a unit. A planet in heaven. It's judging off the size of the planet in heaven, and Grand Kai's planet being 9 pixels to the heavens being 245, and heaven's state to be heaven's state to be a universe in size or relative to it. So then yeah, the here compared to no size. Fuck it, we'll keep it the low end for this.
Okay.
We'll keep it the low end.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to do try and put this together for the next 25 minutes.
So okay. How much energy are we
getting by that logic,
low end?
Huh?
How much energy is it for the low end?
Low end, it's 3.62 to 86 joules, 87 joules.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that would be
multi-galaxy level.
Where in multi-galaxy though? How do you get that to like universal now using calc stacking?
I'm gonna get to it now.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Alright. Well, I'm on speed. I'm on speed first, Wiki. Sorry. Just so I can read the two just come out. Alright, here's how I'm gonna get it to it. 1 second. Alright, so it's 3.642 to the 87 joules, which would be let's see. No, so it's 2.054. Let's see. It'd be low end multi-galaxy.
Low end, yeah, okay. What's the baseline universal?
It'd be on the low end.
Wait, what's the baseline universal?
Baseline for universal is 6.752.
Yeah, I see it,
okay. Okay. So here's what I'm going to get to this now. Alright, so based on scaling and based on how Goku scales in the series, we know that so we know Kid Goku is a galaxy buster by that point, or multi-galaxy at least, we established the low end of that.
Okay, sure.
So now we know that Goku should be, in base at least, should be superior to an Ultimate Gohan who's trained through the years and just established Super Saiyan. Is it 1 or 2? I forget. I'm gonna say Super Saiyan, but it could be Super Saiyan 2 by this logic. There's a 400 times. Since Ultimate Gohan should be somewhat relative to Kibu, judging by how Super Saiyan 3 Goku did against Kibu, and should be somewhat relative due to the point of Super Buu thinking that he was relative to Super Saiyan 3 Goku and a few other calcs and the fucking stupidness of the Bulak scale.
Yeah.
So there should be somewhat relative. We don't need to specify how relative at least 30% of the strength roughly.
So let me just establish this. You still have him at multi-galaxy level even in GT?
Yeah, I still have. I'm gonna get to it. Yeah. Alright, so So from there, we get Goku going at what? We're doing the 500 multiplier on top of the 500. So let's just say we had ultimate Gohan as a 1 times that by 500 equals that, and then times that by 500 equals roughly 250,000 times the strength of ultimate Gohan in base. So that's if we judge that he didn't get any stronger, which we can logically say to get to the point where he did get stronger in Mystic Gohan form compared to. But either way, that would mean that Super Saiyan Goku in GT is 250,000 times bare minimum Ultimate Gohan in Z. Then simple math times 2 for Super Saiyan 2 is 500,000 times, and then times 4 for Super Saiyan 3 is 2 million times.
So 2 million times universal.
Not universal.
Multi-galaxy.
2 million times.
Or wherever you had
multi-galaxy.
Yeah, low-end multi-galaxy.
Which would be low-end multi-galaxy.
Yeah,
so
that's a big difference.
It's a massive damn fucking difference.
Yeah.
I know that. We know that Goku gets at least 10 times stronger with Ozaru. Ozaru is said to be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, as if he's gone much stronger. We could say it's about 10 times. He's literally a Super Saiyan Ozaru, so it's a relative to say that it's about 10 times. Judging off everything we know about Ozaru,
so wait,
that's not necessarily true either.
Ozaru is like a 10 times multiplier, isn't it?
So
you're saying he's 10 times Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah, it would be a fair assumption to make. Judging by the big power difference between Super Saiyan 3 Goku to Baby. It's a fucking massive difference, and this baby Vegeta was just kicking the shit out of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We'll assume for the sake of this argument.
Go back to that, but yeah, for now, let's agree.
Yeah, for now at least. So that logic, it's 10 times 2 million, making it to 2 million. 2 million times 10 is 20 million. So 20 million times low multi-galaxy, which doesn't fucking... Why to pick this character? Oh shit! Alright. I don't think I can get into Universal.
Yeah, like it didn't look like.
I really can't. I really fucking can't. I want to pick GT.
If you pick Super, that would be a bit more. That would have been.
Super would have been a much better pick.
Yeah, probably would have been. But... All right, so like.
Oh shit!
Well, we kind of agreed with that. Now, so, where do you have that?
Naruto argument and destroy me quickly. I'm interested.
All right, okay. So let me just assume let me just establish what happened earlier. So you're saying that GT Goku is multi-galaxy level and
roughly,
MFTL plus or something, right?
Yeah. The speed feat.
All right, okay. So
roughly massively past on white class.
I don't really need to say too much about Naruto. There's a few. I think we've gone over it. There's a few universal statements for them, and let's just take Kaguya for example, right? We know that her dimension thing, her ability to create actual universes, is based off Asian folklore, where one of these gods actually creates the universe, or at least helps make the universe. Now, within the Boruto movie novelization, it's actually stated that she creates parallel universes. Now, if something's called a universe, right, semantically, we assume it's a universe, unless there's major contradictions, which it doesn't seem to be. If anything, it's actually hinted it is the same as Naruto's universe, or at least parallel to Naruto's universe, and Naruto's universe is based off our own universe. And we know this because, we talked about this earlier, but it's redshift nebulae. Also, we know that this solar system has the same cosmology, since actually Saturn exists within a solar system, as well as the moon, the sun,
the galaxy,
Earth. It seems to be really similar.
Can I ask a question? Are you going to use the
Speed
Shikamaru light novel to scale Naruto over Kinshiki?
There's multiple ways I can actually do this, because a lot of people won't actually understand how the fuck did I get how the fuck did I get base Naruto to fucking universal above or relative to Kaguya. So the way I would do it is you know where the whole Kinshiki Momoshiki thing comes from, right? The whole Kaguya feared them, that they're threats beyond her, but they don't really have anything in particular that makes them a threat other than their raw power, really. Take Kinshiki, he has no fucking hacks really, no offensive hacks anyways.
Would be superior to Kinshiki somewhat.
No, I don't disagree that she might be superior, but they're relative. Kinshiki's actually
it could be relative.
So he could actually
It
harm
definitely
her.
should be battlefield.
And her durability is similar to her like AP, especially her ability to like casually create universes, right? Actual like AP would scale to that. If you can just if you can just imagine a universe like as you please, right? It would have to scale to your AP. Otherwise, she would literally like, be imagining universes on top of like Naruto. Couldn't really. And there's multiple other ways to kind of scale like creation potency to actual like AP. It's quite easy to be honest, but like we know base Naruto actually scales way like we know he scales actually beyond the 5 Kage, for example. I've done a video on like why the 5 Kage are at least relative to like Kinshiki, Kaguya, those kind of characters, and even Urashiki. I know a lot of people say, oh, Urashiki got beat by Genin or something, but that was like plot-induced stupidity, and also like we know he was massively nerfed. He was burnt. He was like he was drained through the whole time traveling thing. He was poisoned. They clearly were like
Urshiki's state.
I don't know why people fucking hate him so much. No, Urashiki actually had really good like scaling up until like the time traveling arc. They fucked him over because he has like statements.
It had to do with.
He's got good statements.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It had to do with just the narrative pushing these kids to hurt him. And that was probably
I feel like the most recent chapter that came out, people were like complaining Boruto's involved. Why the fuck is he involved? Like, he's like Boruto. It's like some people like some people have to kind of accept that it is Boruto's story. He's naturally gonna be involved.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Naruto. Like people were saying that Naruto wasn't like involved in massive fights in part 1 Naruto. But if you actually think about it, he actually was. There's so many Kage level fights he was involved. It's just like it naturally has to happen. I know he's stupid. Like do you know how I was talking about earlier? Like how I would kind of like get these guys to like Universal, like Boo and that.
Yeah. You have.
This is how I would have done it, right? It's actually stated. Like it's not even a calc. It's stated that it's like 1/10 of the entire universe.
I'm surprised I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually. Let me see if I can find the statement. Like, if you go to like.
I feel like an idiot for missing that now.
Yeah, I can't believe you missed that. But wait, if you go to DB scans and look, it says it's 1/10 of the size of a macrocosm. So you could easily have scaled it to like Universal or something. And that's from a Daizenshuu. So you can scale that way.
I'm trying to
and if it's 1/10, all you have to do is like compare it to like the living realm and like all the other realms that are like Universal, and it's roughly around the same size.
Yeah.
So then you could just stack from there, and it would have been really easy that way.
I feel like an idiot.
Speed-wise, like probably would have used like infinite speed. So I would have brought like there's like multiple statements for like Kaguya actually having infinite speed.
I was just wondering if you would conjugate that base Naruto and not like.
Well, we do know Kaguya would have infinite speed, and that like Momoshiki and Kinshiki to even fight her. Otherwise, she would completely blitz them if they turned up right.
Yeah.
So I would scale that way.
Are we talking infinite speed, like traveling speed, or just reaction speed?
I would just like say speed in general because like it will be combat speed really. Usually in like Naruto, like sometimes like when you get up to like higher god tiers, right? This speed generally becomes like a single thing. If they had like finite speed, right, Kaguya would have been infinitely above them in speed, and then like there would be nothing to fear. It would make no sense.
Well, Momoshiki should be Momoshiki and Naruto should be relative to each other.
Well, yeah, they should be because like you probably have you seen that statement like where like Momoshiki kind of like resides death or something, like he's bleeding and he talks about the 4 people, like one of them are like base Naruto, and he's like bleeding and he's never bled in his life before, and he's like these guys are like the best taijutsu fighters, and also all the other stats are like top grade, right? And the only person he can really compare to is like other like people from his clan. So like maybe he knows who Kaguya is. He can compare it to like Kaguya, Kinshiki, those kind of people.
But in all fairness, Kaguya was never that good of a fucking taijutsu.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are like she has the best taijutsu in like the verse or something. Like in Shippuden.
Maybe it's in terms
that
of
might
like
have been the case.
Fist, but like in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, hand to hand. Yeah, she's not that tactical. Like if you somehow like manage to kind of get like these guys, GT Goku to like Universal, right? I would have then like been like, okay, fine, they're both Universal, right? I then started comparing like hacks and stuff. So I would have been like, well, Naruto's more intelligent. Naruto also has that better like hand-to-hand combat because like we know he can use that Wing Chun, and I would bring up stuff like that, and then talk about how we can do multi-step plans, and then like bring up a few hacks.
How would you have went against Super then?
What? Oh, Super. Oh, that would have been like a.
That's.
Yeah, I would have probably used the same thing. So I would have used low multiversal this time instead of universal. I probably would have used like inaccessible infinite speed, right? and then they would have been roughly like equal again, and then I would have just like used the whole hacks and like intelligence argument.
They went from 2 to 1,000 or equivalent. I could get. Goku
No,
like
it doesn't actually work like that. Like a lot of people get confused. It's more so like, do you know, if you actually go to Universal, it says that like doesn't like you can Universal could be like a non-finite thing, right? But how you get like somebody from Universal to like low multiversal is like they need actual feats. You could like get a linear amount like stronger, like a finite amount stronger, right? Let's say you're 2 times Universal, right? It wouldn't matter. You will stay in Universal until you actually have a low multiversal feat. If that makes sense. Because look at high universal, right? Look at high universal, right? Right before multiversal, it says you can be infinite 3D. So you'd have to be beyond infinity.
If we judge off Infinite the Master wasn't just a character with 4D feet. He embodied himself in the.
No, I agree that Dragon Ball Super is like 4D or like no multiversal, right? But that's what I'm arguing. Yeah. I'm saying if they were both that level, right, then I would go on to the whole hacks, intelligence, that kind of thing.
Okay, so then we judge off if we're looking at these two characters, one scales to a character with fourth dimensional beings, the other scales to a character who embodied himself within the fourth dimension and was ready to cross between multiple timelines.
Oh, you're talking about Zamasu? Yeah, his feat is generally considered low multiversal because, like, he was seeping over to like in that timeline. He's seeping over to like different like times, right?
Yeah.
He was like kind of like he wasn't embodying it. He was more so becoming like omnipresent within the multiverse, and I think that's considered low multiversal.
Yeah, but he literally states he became one with the fourth dimension.
Yeah. Well, if I stayed, that would just help it further. I mean, if you actually read like Universal Plus, which is within low multiversal, it also takes into account fourth dimensional beings, and also like this is how I would get Naruto to low multiversal. Like I don't know if how well you know the meta, but like there's statements from like Momoshiki about like his time space being like his actual dimension being like a hyperspace, and then there's statements from like Kaguya about her destroying, like, let's say she was going to destroy her universe, right? Her singular universe, right? Which we established before. She also said she was going to destroy his time-space. When she was talking about it, she was like, I'm going to destroy my time-space. If you don't want to count that, you could even use this scaling then. A time-space generally, like, acknowledges all of the actual dimensions, and an expanding truth-seeking orb was going to destroy all of them. So that's like usually considered low multiversal because you're destroying like multiple universes within an actual multiverse, I think.
Yeah, I get what
and
you
need like a fourth dimensional construct to hold all of these universes. It seems to be backing it up.
I can see to GT versus Naruto. I'm not gonna fucking sit there like.
I was just sitting.
Like some people thought I was super confident coming into this. They're like base Naruto. Like how can you have base Naruto fucking above GT Goku or like Super Goku? And I think it's based off debatability. I'm not saying this actually is the case, right? But like if you're good enough, you can literally debate anything.
Yeah, I know.
And a lot of people get caught off guard by it. They're like, base Naruto, like how can base Naruto be that strong? But a lot of people just don't understand the scaling, like how strong base Naruto actually is, and how we scale.
I understand the scaling for base Naruto. I wasn't like that wasn't the thing.
I don't think that was the thing in this case. I'm just saying most people, that's what they get caught off guard by.